Once again, good morning, students. So today we are going to discuss the questions of the chapter. We are not afraid to die. Hope you all are ready. So let's take the first question. From understanding the text, list the steps taken by the captain. So first we will discuss the first one, that is to protect the ship when rough weather began. So you can keep your hands raised one by one. I'll be unmuting you. Yes, Krish Kumar.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, in order to protect the ship from the rough weather, the captain decided to slow down the ship. For this, he dropped a storm jib and slashed heavy mooring rope in a loop across the stern. Then he double fastened everything and went through the lift raft drill. Then he attached the lifeline and wore lift jackets. Uh, in this way, he got ready for the storm which was coming across.
Yes, the word one pronunciation you pronounced wrong. That is life raft drill and life jackets.
Life
Yeah,
jackets.
okay. Yes, answer is absolutely correct. The question can be in this way as well. That what were the precautionary measures taken by the narrator?
Yes,
Yes, to protect the ship from the rough weather. So you will add this one only. So first thing first is that he's dropped the storm jib.
storm jib.
Right? Yes. And then what did he do? He
He fastened
yes,
everything.
he double lashed everything. He also protected the hull section of the ship. Yes. So then they went.
Then he arranged the life jackets and boats.
Yes, they donned the oil skins. They went through the life raft drills. Lifelines were attached. They wore life jackets as well, and then they just waited. Now let's take the next question. To check the flooding of the water in the ship. What did he do to check the flooding of the water in the ship? Yes, Sukhpreet.
To check the flooding of the water, he went to the deck to check it. When he found that there are many holes from which the water is coming inside, then he went to the room of his children, and from there he took canvas, hammer and screw to repair his starboard sides of the holes. Then he fixed some canvas paper to block the passage of the water. In this way he was successful to stop water from coming into the ship. Then he checked the hand pumps to throw the water from the ship. Then he found that all the hand pump was blocked and his electric pump was short circuit. Then he found that there was a spare electric pump. Then he attached the electric pump with a pipe and with a pipe to throw the water out of the ship.
Okay, answer the points are almost correct. Yes, Suvir, can you please raise hands so as I can unmute because you raised hand? Yes. Yes, Suvir. Add your value points. What do you want to add to this answer? You can unmute.
Yes,
now.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. There was a tremendous leak somewhere below the waterline, and the other kept on checking where it was. And when he found that the starboard hull was extremely damaged below, smashed down to the nail, and then he started finding the holes, and he found that there were many leaks, and he took the canvas and tried to repair a few of them, and also the also, he started to pump out the water, and his two crew members, Larry Vigil and Bob Siegler, also helped him pumping the water out. And in few hours, he was able to, in a few hours, only few centimeter of water was left in the boat.
Yes. So there are 2-3 value points which are important. First thing is that to check the flooding of the water, first he brought some hammers, screws, and canvas, right? He secured the starboard side, which was bashed open, and the water was flowing into the ship. So with each wave, water was getting into the ship. So he also secured some of the gaping holes. The starboard side was managed, and the cabin was secured, covered with the waterproof canvas. So this way, water was now deflected away. but there were the hand pumps as well, because they were blocked, and thus the water level started rising alarmingly. So he found a spare hand pump. With that, they started pumping out the water. Now, question number 2. Describe the mental condition of the voyagers on 4th and 5th January. So the question has 2 parts. You will answer accordingly. Hanji. Gurleen, you can unmute.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, on January 4th, after 36 hours of continuous pumping, they reached the last centimeters of water, and now they had to keep pace with the water that was still coming in. And on that day, Mary found some corned beef and cracker biscuits, and they all ate their first meal in almost 2 days. But the respite was short-lived, as after a few moments only, the wind was again blowing up to 40 knots, and the sea was getting higher, and the weather continued to deteriorate throughout the night. And by dawn on January 5th, their situation was again desperate, and they became hopeless.
Now, see, the points are all correct here, but you forgot about the question that it has asked about the mental condition, right? You have to add all the points. When you said that they were able to control the water, only few centimeters of water was left. You will start the answer by describing what was the mental condition earlier, right? That all the crew members, they were in a state of panic, they were worried, they were tensed, and at the same time, they were making all possible efforts to save the ship from sinking, right? So you will include all the points. Your points were correct, but you missed out the mental condition with each statement. Now, on January 4th, they felt relief because now only few centimeters of water was to be pumped out, and they also had their first meal after 36 hours. So that way they were getting also rest for longer intervals, and they felt relieved from that situation for very little time. But then again, the situation became stressful, as on January 5, from 4 p.m., the clouds started to appear and the situation became worse. And then the ending part was absolutely correct. I hope the question is clear to you all, because the main question asked here is about the mental condition. Obviously, you will relate the mental condition with the situation that was there. So, वो सारी घटनाएं बतानी है, क्या क्या घट रहा था, इसके साथ साथ what they were thinking, how they were behaving, were they optimistic, were they pessimistic, what was their situation like, whether they were tensed, they were relaxed. Everything is to be added in the answer along with those value points when you're describing the situation. I hope this question is clear. Now, the third one, describe the shifts in the narration of the events as indicated in the 3 sections of the text. We will avoid talking about the subtitle to each part. So let's discuss about the 3 shifts that we find in the narration of the events. But I want other students as well to participate. So I'm now calling out the names. So now I'm asking Srishti Singh. Beta, you try to answer the question. I'm giving the right to unmute you. Srishti, try to answer the question. At least give a try. Talk about the first narration that is there in the story. What is that? How it is described? Disha Prabhakar. The shifts that is there in the narration of the events. How the events change. Yes, Disha. You don't want to answer? Then I have to go back to the students who have raised hand. Yes, let me take the answer from Gurleen Chana again. Okay, Ashmit has raised hand. Ashmit, you are unmuted now. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, in the first part of the chapter, the narrator describes that they started their journey. They started their for a long voyage, 200, that was to duplicate the round the world voyage made by Captain James Cook earlier, along with his family of four. They were having the boat of Wave Walker, which was professionally built, and it was a wooden hulled beauty. The first part of their journey, that was 105,000 kilometer, went very pleasantly. And then before entering Indian Ocean, they took two crewmen who were quite professional and were experienced. Then on the second day into the Indian Ocean, they began encountering the strong winds and strong winds and large waves of the ocean. Then they were able to celebrate their Christmas 25th December with the Christmas tree. And as they were expecting a change in the weather conditions, that changed for the worse, as that changed for the worse because the waves became gigantic, and the spray of the water was painful to the ears. To take the precautionary steps, the captain was quite experienced, and he double-edged everything and donned the life jackets onto them. And they also encountered one ominous silence that was the indication of an impending danger. And the narrator also faced one great wave, which he realized that it wasn't a cloud, it was a great wave. And he was thinking that they might pass that wave, but the huge wave blew over them only, and the green and white waters were on to them. The narrator fell out from the boat, and when he became conscious, he saw that the boat was overturned. But fortunately, one wave another came, and that overturned the boat again. Now he began to move towards the boat, and when he came back onto the boat, he saw that the water had there water a lot of water was there on the boat. A lot of water was there on the boat. So first of all, he handled the steering wheel, and when his wife also came, so he handled the wheel to his wife, and then he went on to check the water in the ship.
Yes. When you get such kind of question, now see, there are three parts in the story. So you have to be very brief in the narration. When you are talking about the various events, so you have to write an answer describing the whole chapter. So when you get this kind of question, try to be very brief. Don't go for the explanation of the basic details. So you can just skip those, right? So instead of writing in detail, you will mention the main events that happened. So in the end, we see that how the narrator, he made repairs and they started making mayday calls and steering the wheel. So this way they spent the whole night. And this is where we find that the first part of the chapter is completing. Now, apart from that, you have to also add about the mental conditions. So don't go for explanation of all the details, write briefly. So let's talk about the second part of the narration. What happened next when they did not get replies to their mayday call and January 3rd आ गई है ना. चलिए, हाँ जी. दीप कमल, आपने भी हैंड रेज किया था. अगर आप दोबारा हैंड रेज करोगे तो I can unmute you. You wanted to speak as well. Okay, now, yes, Deep Kamal. Hanji, start from the second part of the narration.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, beta. Yes, continue. We will start from January 3rd, the narration. Hanji. Yes, beta. Third question. The shifts in the narration. So, Ashmit has described the first part of the narration of the events, what happened in the first part of the story. Then second part starts from January 3rd.
In the second section, they are caught in a terrible storm. They think their end is near, but each one shows rare courage. They are rewarded for it. They are able to spot a tiny island in the vast ocean. In the third and the final section, we see their cheerful landing. The inhabitants of the island welcome them. The writer feels grateful to all those who stood by him during the terrible days.
Okay, ठीक है. So again, you will talk about only the basic events that happened. Then in the second section, there is also there that when son Jonathan, he came to his father, he said that they were not afraid of dying if they were all together. You will add about those events as well, right? When he sat with his wife, he felt hopeless. And then January 6th came and the winds started to ease down and the situation were under control. So the narrator, he was motivated by the words of his own son. He decided to use everything that he had to save them all and save the ship from sinking. So he made his calculations. And then Sue also came to him with a card. She also motivated her father, saying that let's hope for the best, right? So this way you will add about, this is where the second part of the narration ends, and then starts the third part of the narration. Yes, Krish Kumar, talk about the third part. Yes.
In the third part, ma'am, we see a joyful ending in which the family lands on lands on safely on the island, and the children also praise their father by calling him as the best daddy or the best and the best captain. In this, we see that how the optimism and confidence of the children motivated the author to save his family and to reach the island.
Yes. So this way you will talk
And
about
this,
all
ma'am,
the Haji.
in this we also see that, ma'am, the adults were in stress, and their hope for living was almost over. But the children, they showed a great optimism and confidence and motivated their parents.
Yes. So briefly, you will talk about all the main events if you get this type of question. Suitable title, that is totally your answer, whatever title you want to give to the three different sections of the story. Okay. Chaliye, let's start discussing about, talking about text here. These questions are also very important. Now see here, the first question is, what difference did you notice between the reaction of the adults and the children when faced with danger? Kulbir, yes, beta. Kulbir, answer the question.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning.
Good morning.
There was a lot of difference between the ways in which the adult and children reacted when they faced with danger. The adult, like the narrator and his wife Mary, tensed and worried when the ship was flooded with water. They also panicked. The narrator repaired the damaged portion of the ship also. The adult lost their hope and waited for their end. In the comparison with the adults, the children faced the danger bravely and with courage. Sue was hurt and had a cut on her arm. She was not worried as much as their parents was worried about her. She handed over a card with a message of hope to her father, and Jonathan expressed his fearless and courage when he said that they were not afraid of dying if the family could be together. So with this all sentences, we came to know that it is clear that children did not fear death as compared to the adults.
Yes, answer is correct. Nicely put forward. A few pronunciation that I would like to correct. Like one word was voyage. Ashmit, आपने voyage उसको pronounce किया. It's not voyage, it's voyage, right? Then the word was, आपने बोला gigantic. It's gigantic. First j, then g pronunciation. And the name of the girl is Sue. It's not Sui, right? And it's not Jonathan, it's Jonathan. So we need to pronounce it correctly, right? Okay. Chaliye, good answer, beta. Next question is, how does the story suggest that optimism helps to endure the direst stress? Direct stress means the extreme level of stress. Optimism कैसे help करती है? I want West student also to participate, beta. Do raise your hand so as I can unmute. Only 2 students are again ready with the answer. Ashmit again. Sukhpreet again. Those who have not participated at all. Garvdeep, आप भी आंसर देना चाहते थे ना? If you can raise hand, I can unmute. Yes, चलिए, answer this question. Optimism, how it helps to endure the stress.
Optimism helps to overcome any difficulty As in the story, it displays that courage and optimism. With courage and optimism, they were able to. They were able to. Sorry. Optimism helps to overcome difficulties. And as in the story, it was shown that the children did not lose hope and courage, but the adults, when the crisis came in front of adults, they lost hope, lost hope, as the narrator and his wife sat holding their hands when they saw more and more water coming in. And but on the other hand, the children didn't lose hope. Even the little girl Sue was so brave that he did not inform her parents about her injury. And uh, the little boy was also full of courage, and he said that he was not afraid of dying. And this all gave the narrator a new hope and a will to fight. And this helped them to find the island Amsterdam.
Yes, Ile Amsterdam. Yes. Suvir?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Answer is correct, but something more can be added. Yes, Suvir, beta. Please raise your hand again so as I can unmute you. I can't see you in the list. Yes. Now you can unmute.
Yes, ma'am, the story displays that optimism helps us to endure the direst stress because it is very important to stay optimistic even in the worst of the time so that we can overcome the direst stress and the panic in that situation absolutely results in just worsening it. And as shown by the children, they did not panic and remain calm, whereas the adults were panicking. So we must remember that in the times of crisis, we must remain optimistic so that we have hope. And finally, we shall always reach our destination if we put our effort in the right path.
Yes. And answer is yes, all the justifications are correct, but you need to justify the answer by taking some textual reference there, right? So like as Gurdeep said, the way Sue behaved, she made a card, right? All those things, the words of Jonathan. So uska asar kya hua, and how the narrator, he fought the sea. So like the way he decided to turn the starboard side so that now the hull section of the ship would face the waves. Then he made anchor using the 2 paraffin barrel, the containers that were there. So that way, see how with optimism, he utilized everything that he had, the experience that he had gathered from years, and how he calculated the correct distance of the islands with the help of the westerly currents, the wind directions, and even using that compass, which was not giving the correct reading, using the instrument sextant, everything, every experience, every instrument, he utilized it to calculate the correct distance and the correct degree, the course of the ship, so that they can reach Ile Amsterdam. And all this happened with the optimism that the narrator had received from the words of Jonathan, the bravery shown by the crew members, the card made by Sue. So all these things, support of his wife, that made him optimistic and helped him to overcome this crisis, the situation of crisis, right? So these are the few important value points that you need to add. You have to justify your answer also referring to the text, choosing the main value point कि किस तरह से इस optimism ने help किया. क्योंकि जब हम optimistic होते हैं तो हम panic की situation से बाहर आते हैं and we become little calm. और जब हम calm mind से सोचते हैं, we get ideas. And so instead of just focusing on the problem, we start thinking about the solutions, and thus we try to overcome the crisis. So these are some of the points that you need to add to this answer. I hope it is clear. Next one, very important one. What lesson do we learn from such hazardous experience when we are face to face with death? Yes, Gurleen. Lessons learned.
Yes, ma'am. We learn many experiences from these incidents. All these experiences we learn from the behavior of the different family members and the crew members as well. We basically learn about the courage that we should never lose our courage. When we face adversities, we should remain calm. If family and friends are together, then anything can be solved. So we should not lose our hope. We should always be courageous and optimistic, and our survival instinct will always inspire us to fight the situation.
Yes, very good. Vaibhav Kalia, what is your learning?
Same, ma'am. I was also going to say that we must be optimistic and courageous in difficult situations while facing the difficult situation of lives. As we know that death is a
Is there any problem, Vaibhav?
no, ma'am.
Okay. चलिए ठीक है. Krish Kumar, what is your takeaway from the chapter?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, such experiences in our life teaches us the potential and the courage to tolerate the difficult situations of our life. Ma'am, these helps us to know how to react in these situations. Ma'am, such experiences such experiences teach us that we must not lose our confidence and optimism in our life and always keep on moving and leave everything on the Almighty. And if we and also we understand from the context the power of the unity and teamwork.
Very good. Yes.
And also see that one member motivates the other, and one member motivates the other, and how they come out of the come out of this hazardous situation.
Yes. Okay. Kulbir Kaur, good answer.
Yes, ma'am, such experiences may bring us face to face with death, but they teach us many important lessons of life. As we all know that life is not always a bed of roses, we must solve any problem with patience and courage. When we are face to face with death, it is not to lose our hope under any circumstances. At times, life presents very hard situations, but if one is optimistic about finding a solution with courage and also overcome the situation, one will always be successful in his life.
Okay, good answer. Sukhpreet beta, what is your takeaway?
In such experience, sometimes we are face to face with the death, but we should not lose our patience in that situation. We should have to show courage. We should have to be optimism. In this story, we also learned that how when all the members and we can all be together, and no problem is there are no problems. When we are all together, we can face all the problems. In this way, this story tells us that we should have to face all the problems together. Like in this story, the family members, the children helps his father to show courage and to face the problem. We should not have to lose hope. In this story, we learn from the character of the narrator that how he did not lose his hope, and how he found the island.
Okay, Sukhpreet. It's the same points again. So let's just summarize that. Yes, optimism, courage, bravery, cooperation, team play, then endurance, and एक point जो आपने नहीं कहा किसी ने भी, that is making the best use that you have in times of crisis, right? Making the best use of the things that you have in hand at times of crisis. So ये सारी चीजें हैं जो हमें help करती हैं to overcome the hazardous situation, right? Now there is a last part here. Why do you think people undertake such adventurous expeditions in spite of the risks involved? पता है कि माउंटेन क्लाइंबिंग है, रिस्की है, गिर सकते हैं, चोट लग सकती है, जान भी जा सकती है. So ऐसी जो स्पोर्ट्स है, एडवेंचरस है, रिस्की स्पोर्ट्स है, why do people undertake those kind of adventurous expeditions? Quickly answer because we just have 6 minutes. Yes, Vaibhav, you want to add something? Why do you think? Yes.
Yes, ma'am. The last question. the people have spirit to experience unique elements and do great and enthusiastic things. This take people to this drive people to take adventurous expeditions. These people do know about the risk involved in them, but their enthusiasm and their spirit to do something unique and great make them accept the difficult challenges. Also, they want to experience in the lab of the nature and want to see its and want to experience its beauty in a different way.
Yes, correct answer. Very good. Nicely put forward. Yes, Krish Kumar.
Some people have the mental state to take risk in their life and to grow. Actually, ma'am, when we take risk in our life and we overcome it, then we grow and we learn something from it and become ahead of other people. So people take such experiences, even though risk is involved in them, so as they can become more mature and grow, and they can also uh,
Yes.
become unique and great. The willingness to become greatest in the world and to come on the top makes these people to take high risk in their life.
Yes, all the points are correct. Craze for adventure. Sometimes they want to become popular. Sometimes they want to challenge their own limits. They want to overcome their weaknesses. Some prefer to go for untrodden paths, जहाँ पर कभी कोई ना पहुंचा हो. They want to explore. Some want to live in the lap of nature. So there are various reasons which actually we can say persuade people or motivate them or inspire them to go on such adventurous expeditions.
Such people have different kind of mental state to become
Yes, we
the
can add that as well. So this is all about the chapter. I hope the chapter is clear, although we have faced a lot of disturbance throughout the week. And I'll post an assignment of this chapter in the class group. So you will do that assignment, not the questions which are here in the book. Okay. So hope this is clear. So that's all from my side today. Thank you.